And welcome back to the AABA Fall 2023 playoffs. We have a great matchup today with Aparan versus Erebuni. Tip off in a few short moments. I will be joined by commentator Rich Almoyan.
And welcome back to Academy USA, home of the AABA Pro-Am Basketball League. Your hosts here, Rich Almoyan, along with Joseph Babikian. Joe, great to have you with us. This match, Aparan versus Erebuni, going to be a tough one for Erebuni, that's for sure. Two players in Aparan averaging 80 just together alone. Starting lineup for the teams, for the men wearing gray, and one by Gavin Shigoyan. Wearing number 24 is Gavin Shigoyan, former Crescenta Valley Hooper with the Falcons. Big man in the middle is number 32, Simon Almoyan. Number 12, Ed Hematsiraki, in a 10-day contract loaned from Kilikia. And at number 3 is Ruben Karakulian, and at number 21, Arthur Karapetian. For Aparan, the guys in white, number 21, Daniel Mirzakani. Number 24, Narbe Andriasian. Number 6, Arthur Kashishian. Number 12, Vernon Teal. And at number 3, Ivan Dooley. So, Joe, you know, a lot of people are watching this match. Erebuni's coming off a 40-point loss, and Aparan is coming off a 30-point win. Kind of sounds self-explanatory, but any game is anyone's game. As we noticed, the Armans could not beat Harazdan in a 5-3 matchup. Two players not playing. Both were fouled out, and miscommunication by the Erebuni team.
Rich, about Armans and Harazdan, the game that just ended, I gotta say it was one of the best games I've seen in AABA history. Great performance from both sides. One of my favorite rivalries in this league, and it's just playoff atmosphere over here.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. We're excited to see what unfolds today. We've got two great teams, and we're gonna get some awesome basketball.
And a zone defense is what Erebuni has decided to go with today. Gonna need a lot of help today if you're Erebuni. Continue to play is what the referee's arguing. Karapetian has the ball. Looks to take Andriasian all the way. Bucket's no good. Other way is already Ivan Dooley. Dooley goes up, and foul coming into their hands, and free throws coming in their way.
Rich, while we have a moment, I kind of want to address the elephant in the room. Out of everyone in this gym, you probably have the most insight into what's going on with this Erebuni team. You suited up for them 3 times this season, led them to their first win. What are your thoughts about you not being on the court today and what your team has to do in order to pull off the win?
Well, Erebuni has been going through a lot, right? We have the issues with player injury, like myself. Alec Karamanian also with a busted ankle. Unfortunately, this week, he will not be making it back. So essentially you have 2 players that are unable to come back for the rest of the season. So that's a big problem. And this team, what they need is consistency. Therefore, picking up Ed Hematsiraki was very important for this crew. And, you know, it's tough on a mental note, you know, and Hematsiraki gets his first points as a loan from Kilikia. But we'll see, you know, this Erebuni team is very young. We're trying to build around the young core of Gavin Shigoyan and Ruben Karakulian. So that way the future looks a lot more promising than the current. As Hematsiraki brings it the other way. Has Simon Almoyan on him. Simon Almoyan there. He's going to get an attempt to go up. Tries to muscle his way, and Almoyan does so properly. Great steal by Karapetian already. Hematsiraki now has the ball. He's going to push it up. Has Karakulian. Karakulian the other day was telling me he needs a couple of shots to get his game going in order for the rest of the match for him to be a little bit more comfortable. And Teal goes up very comfortably, the former LMU star out of New York.
Rich currently averaging more than 45 points per game this season.
Yeah, no, it's crazy, man. It's absolutely crazy. Shigoyan looks to get ahead of Teal. Fouled beforehand.
I believe he's still nursing his injured finger, right?
Yeah, he has a broken left finger. I mean, a broken finger on his left hand.
Oh my God.
Another
but he's
player.
still making it look easy.
Yeah, another player that has absolute heart on the court when he enters. Teman Khudatian and Vernon Teal. You know, Khudatian just scored 39, 14 rebounds and 10 assists. You know, and Vernon Teal, no stranger to that kind of stat line, especially when he's hurt. Or shall I say, despite the pain. Karakulian brings it up on the other end. Arthur Karapetian, he tries to get his first shot in, no good. Already the other way is Aparan. And you know, Erebuni's going to have to realize that for every play that they take off, there comes a bucket on the other side. And if they're not going to have anyone on the bench, they're going to have to make sure that their cardio is in check. Kashishian gets the ball early. Standing straight up is Almoyan, and great defense. What was off the knee of Aparan is now Erebuni basketball. Karapetian's going to inbound it. Hemasaraki brings it up. Shigoyan's wide open. Karakulian's wide open as well. Almoyan sets the screen for Shigoyan. Shigoyan tries to get his man off him. Very rough style of play. Karakulian, no. Aparan's hustle leads him out of bounds. 11 seconds on the shot clock. $11 seconds to get something going. 10 seconds now. Andriasian guarding Karakulian. Down to Almoyan. Karakulian, I say, they're going to get their game going. You just got to make sure the supporting cast doesn't get something going on because you're banking on Teal and Dooley scoring 80 points together. So if you're banking on that, you got to make sure the other supporting factors like Mirzakanian, that averages 18 points himself, to score none. And that's a tough task.
Look, they're the best duo in the league, Rich. Like you mentioned, combined 80 points per game. That's why they've been undefeated so far. This new look Aparan just keep continuing to impress everybody. That's why they're first in the power rankings as well. As you mentioned, Erebuni's got to do whatever it takes in order to make sure the supporting cast does not get involved in this game because they do have knockdown shooters and, of course, a dominant center in Daniel Mirzakanian.
No, definitely. And already on the way, Teal looks to help, but he's not going to catch up there in time. This Erebuni team is going to, led by Alex Adoyan, head coach, has really set, or shall I say, instilled a level of confidence for the younger guys, Karakulian and Shigoyan, to really take over when needed. Hemat Saraki's going to have a couple of opportunities to really wow the crowd too. As Almoyan looks to get Mirzakani in the air, gets his man in the air, and a lot of contact, no call. And other way we go.
And Vernon Teal just dominating on the floor, passing it, shooting it, whatever he's got to do.
Hemat Saraki drives in the lane, has a corner open, corner shoot, no good. Rebound Aparan. And Almoyan from the other side pleading for a foul to be called for that offense progression to be stopped. Arthur Karapetian so shifty. And this Aparan team, this is when they're most successful. A timeout being called already, and we'll be back with more after this. And we're back at Academy USA. Score 17-8. Erebuni down early. Shigoyan gets fouled by Kevin Nazari. Nazari picks up his first foul of the match. Shigoyan. Lots of contact. Hemat Saraki now has it. Simon Omoyan, he's going to let it fly. No good. Dooley, he's going to drive in. Teal. Karakulian on him. Very tough task given to Karakulian in that moment. Karapetian's going to look up. Karakulian looks to get separation, does so, no good.
Look, after a strong start, it's been a tough couple minutes for Erebuni right now. Unable to buy a bucket.
Yeah, Erebuni is going to have to stick into their defense and hope for the offense to work. Dooley shoots it. It's good.
What a beautiful shot.
And already noticing a sign of fatigue from Erebuni. Not a good sign. They're going to have to let a couple of shots fly. And Matsaraki, no good. And a pass from Teal to Dooley. And two professional are these two when they're on the court.
Best duo in the AABA right now.
Shigoyan tries to get across Nazari. And Matsaraki to Karapetian. Lets it fly. It's good. (22-10). Dooley to Teal. This 2-3 zone. Teal lets it fly. No good. And a rebound allowed. Dooley goes up. No good. Karapetian with the rebound. Has Karakulian leaking out. Lots of contact. Bucket's good for Karapetian.
Which I love his left-hand finishes.
Yeah, the Armenian hooper on Instagram, for those that are unaware with his finishing ability. Rebound Elmoyan. Finds Hamatsaraki. Has a guy behind him. Karapetian. Great pass. Unable to catch it. Shigoyan goes down. And Mirzakhanian gets it poked out. And the referee not having the extracurricular conversation. Scores 22-12. 2 minutes, roughly 2 minutes left to go in the quarter. Hamatsaraki, Karakulian. Tries to get some spacing. Gets a screen from Elmoyan. Shigoyan, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, he's got an alley to take. No good. Shots not falling for Shigoyan. Karakulian looks to stop the Teal train. And poked out. Itare Esagulian. Ronnie Hambartumian. And remember, Hambartumian had a pretty nasty fall last week where an injury had come into play. Happy to see him doing well, Joe. Hamatsaraki looks to get some kind of rhythm going, and he gets it to Karakulian on the cut. Karakulian tries, no good, gets blocked. Teal with such a strong block. Erebuni's going to have to stop the ball here. And Teal, no good, gets his own rebound. Shot goes up. And Erebuni gassed already.
Rich, you can't come to the playoffs with 5 players.
Yeah.
I know Harastan narrowly pulled it off in the last game, but it's the AABA playoffs, you know? You got to come fully prepared.
Got to come fully prepared. Great pass by Hamatsaraki. Back to him. Hamatsaraki gets a dribble in. Shot up. No good. Rebound Elmoyan. He's going to go up. Gets blocked. Johnny Mansourian, lethal shooter. No good. Hamatsaraki gets it to Elmoyan. And he's unable to catch the ball there, unfortunately. 24-12. Dooley lets it fly. It's good. Can't leave him wide open. Karakulian brings it up on the left-hand side. 1 second differential between game clock and the shot clock. Karapetian. He's going to let it shoot. No good. And that's going to lead us into the second quarter. 27-12. We'll be back after a brief moment.
And a quick look at how the brackets have shaped up after the first game. Hurrellstown advancing to the semifinals, and more AABA playoff basketball to come in the following weeks.
And we're back at Academy USA, home of the AABA Pro-Am League. Here, the AABA playoffs, Aparan versus Erebuni, the number 1 spot of Group A versus Group B. And Johnny Mansourian unable to grab the ball, but gets fouled instead. A weird series of events there. Not sure what happened, Joe. Erebuni only down by 15. Last week they were down 12-0 to start off the match.
I mean, Rich, they had a better start this week, but at some point the shots stopped falling. And of course, Ivan Dooley and Vernon Teal just doing what they do best.
They've been here before. They know what needs to be done. Aparan last year had a very, for lack of better terms, an atrocious ending to their season. They came motivated this time around. Arthur Karapetian unable to score there, and that's going to allow an easy bucket for Aparan on the other end. But no, basket's no good. Hamad Saraki takes it the other way. Has Karakulian. And a brick wall is Ronnie Hambartumian. Very, very underrated defender in this league. Hamad Saraki gets Shigoyan. Shigoyan able to use the play to his advantage. Hamad Saraki lets it fly, and it's good. The dagger by Hamad Saraki. Got to get it stopped now. Got to make sure you're not too high off that three. And down low pass is no good. The zone defense looking to make some kind of effect on these guys. And what could have been an and one, no good. And it's a 2-on-1 opportunity. No good.
I mean, you got to run back on defense, Rich.
Yeah. And if you're Erebuni, you really need to be careful with what shots you're choosing, because with every shot that goes up is a rebound also. Hamad Saraki, another attempt. It's good. And a timeout called on the floor. We'll be back with more. And we're back at Academy USA, home of the AABA playoffs. Joe, scores 32-18. What does Erebuni have to do to get back into this match?
Look, Rich, with 5 players, they got to play some patient offense, make sure their shots don't get the long bounce that's going to lead to Aparan fast breaks. And defensively, they just got to be as active as they can. I know Vernon Thiel and Ivan Dooley are very strong offensive threats, but Erebuni's just got to get all the stops they can in order to make sure that this lead does not grow.
Yeah, no, definitely. And you know what I noticed? Hemat Saraki needs the ball in his hands a lot more, assuming that Aparan is sleeping on the opportunity that they can get out of Hemat Saraki. And a great pass by Elmoyan leads to Shagoyan. Shagoyan with the miss. He's going to have to get back on defense.
And you got to knock down the open shots.
Yeah. Mansourian, a lethal shooter, unable to get his rhythm going. A formidable start for Erebuni so far. Only a 14-point deficit given the circumstances. And Shagoyan unable to get the shot off. So Elmoyan's going to try to stop Teal. Oh, what a great defensive effort by Karapetian. His 2-3 defense working for Erebuni so far. Substitutions coming in for Aparan. Daniel Mirzakhanian checking in for Tadej Esagolian. Tadej Esagolian coming off a disc surgery from last year. And Ivan Dooley, so effortlessly done. It's an and one.
Not even halfway through the second quarter, and Ivan Dooley has a chance for 17 first half points.
Yeah. And leading scorer so far for Aparan, who else but Ivan Dooley has 16 points, Vernon Thiel with 10, and Daniel Mirzakhanian with 4. All in the while, for Erebuni, lead scorer is Edvin Hemat Saraki with 9, and Arthur Karapetian with 4. Field goal percentage is going to be an important one for Erebuni this game, Joe, and so far has not been falling in their favor.
You can't let the misses discourage you, Rich. You got to run back on defense, and you got to try to get the ball back.
Yeah. Hemat Saraki, 3 of 4 from three-point land. Excuse me, 3 for 6 from three-point land. Karakulian tries, no good. Kashishian finds Dooley in the corner. Dooley goes up against Hemat Saraki, effortlessly done.
Rich, you've been at the AABA from its inception.
Yes.
And this is Ivan Dooley's first season. What are your thoughts on the season Ivan Dooley's been having in his debut AABA season?
This is quite the year that he's been having, and honestly, Aparan as a whole, it seems like when Dooley's doing great, Aparan is doing great as well. You know, so dare I say a symbiotic relationship there, or, you know, a lot of efforts from Dooley ends up being a result that Aparan likes. And another missed opportunity for Erebuni leads to an Aparan offensive on the other end. Scores now 41-21, 20-point game.
Erebuni's got to answer quick in order for this to not get out of hand.
Yeah, no, definitely. There needs an offensive effort going on at some point. Got to use a screen or two to get Kashishian, one of the best defenders, off you. Finds Hemat Saraki. He lets it fly. Hemat Saraki in and out. They're going to really have to give it to Hemat Saraki a couple more times. 43-21. Winner continues into the semis. Loser goes home. Many predicted for Aparan to have this game sealed and ready for next week. Karapetian tips it the other way. Elmoyan to Hemat Saraki. Hemat Saraki wants a screen. Gets it. Shagoyan back to Hemat Saraki. He lets it fly. It's good. For Edvin Hemat Saraki, that's his 5th three-pointer of the game. Jeez. 43-24. Erebuni in a 2-3 defense. And another shot by Teal. And Maseraki finds Karapetian. He's going to drive it. No good. And what an emphatic dunk by Dooley. The dynamic duo finally got their highlight reel of the season, devoted to banging out, and a block the other way.
You see another one?
Teal goes up, and it's good. And a timeout called by Erebuni. We'll be back with more. And we are back at Academy USA, home of the AABA playoffs. Playoffs continuing until October 28. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube for easier access the next time around. Aparan favored to win the championship this year. And Erebuni still in the rebuild mode, if I say so myself. Almoyen, he's going to let it go. It's good for Simon Almoyen. Gets his bucket for today. Shall I say second bucket. Teal, no good. Rebound Almoyen. Good hustle.
Almoyen coming out more aggressive after that timeout is what Erebuni needs.
Exactly. Almoyen, one of the aggressive players of this league. Showing, you can tell by the sweat how hard he's working. Hamad Saraki uses the screen set by Almoyen. Shagoyan gets easy lay across. And Aparan, the style of play that they love is they don't let the defense set in. And that's going to be off. Ooh. Well, I'm not sure there. We might have to see an instant replay to get a better angle on that, but call stays in the hands of Aparan. Teal, no good. Rebound Almoyen. Finds Karakulian as Karapetian. Karakulian goes up, high flyer. Well done. 50-30 now. 20-point lead. Nazari, he's a lethal shooter. Can't let him shoot. A great block. Oh, and Karapetian gets a little bit of Teal's face, it seems. And Teal is going to get the foul. Free throws coming in the way of Teal. Toyota of Glendale, our friends over at Toyota of Glendale, helping us keep it moving forward at the AABA Pro-Am. Big thanks to our friends at Toyota of Glendale. And Vernon Teal, Joe, we talking about how tenacious Vernon Teal is. People forget that he's coming off an injury. And for this AABA ball club, that seems to not be phasing them, really.
Rich, I think most fans are like, what injury?
Yeah.
Vernon is still averaging more than 45 points per game, getting his teammates involved, and of course, leading Aparan to the #1 spot in the power rankings and most favored team to win the championship this year.
Yeah. Hamad Saraki, on the other end, has been a great addition for this Erebuni club, at least on the 10-day contract that he's on. Karakulian lets it fly, no good. Erebuni's going to have to make it back. Shooter in the corner. And it's good. Nazari, just one of those players you cannot leave open or else he will make you pay. And there it is, a 27-point lead already at half.
It's almost guaranteed, Rich. Rich, fun question before halftime. If they were to do an AABA three-point shooting contest, who are the 5 players you'd want to see in that tournament?
Ed Hematsaraki, Narbe Pazeshkin, Andreas Barosian.
Okay.
Man, I know I'm missing someone.
There's
Gavin
someone
Shigoyan.
there's someone from Araguts.
I mentioned him, no?
Greg.
Greg Kashishian, yeah, of course. The face of this league in terms of three-pointers shot. Yeah, no, definitely.
I think it'd be fun to watch.
I think that'll be an interesting fight between Hematsaraki and Kashishian for the best three-point shooter in this league as Hematsaraki gets his 6th three-pointer of the game.
Yeah. Hopefully, as we continue to see the league grow, we'll start incorporating some all-star weekends with some dunk contests and some three-point shooting contests.
Yeah, no, as time progresses, it's good to see this league grow. It's Hematsaraki with another 3. He already has 7 three-pointers in the first half, Joe. I mean, now it's going to be hard to imagine Erebuni without Hematsaraki after the playoffs. Scores now 62-38.
Do you think coach is going to give him a contract extension after his performance today?
Let's hope. Let's hope Kalikia allows it, because a lot of the times the team that's sending him out to loan is not allowing it. And that's the end of the third quarter. We'll be back with more after this. And we are back at Academy USA, home of the AABA playoffs here in Glendale, California. Aparan versus Erebuni. Erebuni, the gentleman in gray, versus Aparan, the boys in white. Karapetian pushes it up early. Has Karakulian to his wing. Karakulian thinks about it. Goes up. No good. Back the other way they go. Vernon Teal, the guy to stop. Mirzakanian, it's good. Assist by Vernon Teal. 66-38, opening the second half. Already a better game for Erebuni, given the circumstances. Hemat Saraki lets it fly, no good. And Elmoyan really thought he could have grabbed that, but no, he couldn't. Hemat Saraki to Karapetian. Karapetian, no. Karakulian looks to get the rebound. No. And Aparan goes the other way. Here's Akanian, tries to get Elmoyan off him and unsuccessful. Shigoyan goes the other way. Shigoyan finds Elmoyan. He goes up. No. And Mirzakanian goes the other way for a bang.
This is not the start Erebuni wanted for the second half.
Not at all. Not at all. Hemat Saraki, their leading scorer, has yet to get a bucket up. Karakulian lets it fly this time. It's good. And I think Erebuni's going to have to really rely on their shooting ability just from the sheer fact that once the shot goes up, they got to go on defense. Kashishin finds Teal. Rebound Karapetian. Has Karakulian leaking out already. Karakulian tries to get Kashishin off him through a shifty move. Karapetian finds Hemat Saraki. Gets his positioning. Shot, no good.
They need those open shots to fall.
Yeah, they really do. He made 7 3-pointers in the first half, Joe. (72-41). A tough move by Karapetian. Going to lead to being in the hands of Aparan. Kashishian, guarded by Shigoyan. Teal. Erebuni in a zone defense. Dooley gets it from Kashishian. Not a great pass, but enough for Dooley to get the shot off.
But a great shot.
Great shot, yeah. So, Joe, how would you translate lamaju? Would you say it's an Armenian type of pizza? Would you say it's a Persian pizza? What would you say?
That's what I've been kind of going with. Whenever I take it to potlucks.
You take it to potlucks?
Yeah, of course.
Great potluck one.
Whenever I take it to potlucks and people are unfamiliar with it, I kind of just describe it as like, hey, this is an Armenian pizza without cheese.
Yo, pizza without cheese. Yeah, I realized lamajun does not have any cheese on it.
I mean, any bakeries hearing this right now, maybe it's time to innovate.
Maybe. Could this be the Nutella ponchik equivalent to lamajuns? It could be.
Are we changing the game, Rich?
We might be. What do they say? Disruptive marketing? That's disruptive marketing, adding cheese to lamajun.
I'm really curious. Yeah, before you call it a lamajun, sprinkle some cheese up top, see if it tastes good or not. I haven't tried it like that.
I wonder who UNESCO gave the lamajun to, because I know that's a big argument amongst a lot of countries as to whose food is considered what. Because if I'm not mistaken, lamajun is a Persian dish that a lot of local Middle Eastern countries use. And I mean, yeah, I don't know, man.
I like the fact that like there's no each country's kind of putting their own spin on it, and it's kind of just like pushing the taste a lot further. So
yeah,
it could be from anywhere as long as it tastes good. That's all I care about.
Mirzakanian with the ball. Mansourian thinks about it, finds Kashishin instead, and he stepped out of bounds way before he could get the shot off. And Mansourian, another player that, you know, has had the opportunity to play in the AABA a couple of times. He has been a lethal shooter during his time. He has yet to get something going today, but something to keep an eye out for. Shigoyan drives the lane. Lots of contact. Shigoyan starting to get frustrated. Hemat Saraki has Karakulian coming around. Hemat Saraki has 3 seconds. Karakulian from Lillard range. No good. Andriasi on the other end finds a Mansourian wide open. Dooley. No good. And what could have been right in the hands of Hemat Saraki, nothing ends up happening. And Esagulian goes up with a difficult shot. And it's good. 79-44. 5:30 left to go in the third quarter. I don't know why I just froze there for a second, Joe. I apologize.
That wasn't a lie, folks. That was just Rich thinking for a sec.
Thank you. Shigoyan goes against Kashishian. Hemat Saraki thinks about it. Gonna have to get the shot off. Shoots it. It's good for Shigoyan.
I mean, I do like what I'm seeing offensively from Erebuni, but milking the shot clock all the way down might not be the best approach in order to start cutting this lead down.
Since the first play of the game.
I think you need some quick offense. Just like this. Oh.
Hemat Saraki, what could have been an and one, nothing called. Referee saying that was just a good old hard ball.
Lead back down. Lead back up to 32.
Almoin loses touch of the basketball. Gonna probably want to pass that off early. Karakulian unable to find the rhythm on the shot there. Karapetian, the only guy left behind. And he fouls Esagulian. 81-49 is the score.
I mean, Rich, we spoke about it earlier during the stream.
The Lamajun or?
Huh?
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
Are you hungry?
No. Not. That's aside from the.
Well, if you're hungry, you know the best place to go, right?
Who's our? Wait, which sponsor's coming up? Albert Abkarian. If you're hungry, make sure to see Albert Abkarian and Associates.
I was trying to time it perfectly with our Masi's Kebab sponsorship.
Oh, well,
proud sponsors of the league.
Yeah, proud sponsors of the league, but Albert Abkarian has other things to ask us here. Stop by Albert Abkarian's if you're hungry. Just let them know you're hungry. As Ruben Karakulian has the ball, gets it to Hemat Saraki near the volleyball line. Hemat Saraki still quiet here in the second half. And Almoin unable to get the bucket there. And Nazari able to get the 3 ball in the corner instead. (84-49). 84 is the number that is already more than what Teal and Dooley average together.
Speaking of Teal taking a well-deserved break, actually he's about to check back in.
Oh man, this Aparan team just really has a repertoire for days. And a timeout called by the Erebuni team. We'll be back with more. AABA playoffs is here, and it's here to stay. Presented by Masi's Kebab. All right, so we're past the quarterfinals for Armenians and Harazdan, but still lots of game left in other matches alone. Harazdan has moved on to the semis, and the winner of this match will move on to play Aparan or Erebuni. And clearly, given the current circumstances, Aparan will be moving on to the next round, unless anything drastic changes like a flood or any kind of really major disaster. Aparan and Academy USA's winner, who are the next teams to be playing today. So make sure to keep an eye out for Aparan and Academy USA. Aparan and Academy USA's winner will be playing the winner of Atak versus Aragats, which will be our 4:30 p.m. match. Now, Joe, we're here in a 37-point lead? Is that the number? Can you confirm, Mr. Mathman?
I froze for a second, too.
86-49. Is that a 37-point deficit?
Yeah.
No, it's a 47-point deficit.
No.
Oh, man, I'm really out of it today. Yep, it's a 37-point deficit. Thank you to the geeks out there, probably mad at me for my math. Karapetian has a wide open Shagoyan. He lets it fly. No good. Karakulian's going to be guarding Teal from the sounds of it. Teal, wild pass. Teal, unsure who gave that pass. He's looking around. He's like, that wasn't me. Hamad Saraki wide open. And he makes it. Hamad Saraki, leading scorer for Erebuni today. 23 points for Hamad Saraki. And yeah, rare miss for Teal. If I was Hamad Saraki, I would have just shot that right there. And another bucket for Hamad Saraki. 25 points. Dare I say it's filling my void today. Pause. All right, Nazari. God, what a shot in the corner.
Rich, at this pace, I think Aparan's going to score 140 points.
Aparan just might score 140 today. Karakulian. Almoyan wants to set up. And not a great pass by Shagoyan. Another way goes to Sagolian, and he's going to get the lay. 91-53. And as we imagined, the scoring efforts by Erebuni much more limited than this Aparan team. Karapetian to Almoyan. And Maseraki. He's going to let it fly. Lots of contact, no call. Mansourian. And Karakulian's defense couldn't stop that one. Oh, man. 93-53. This is as disastrous as it gets. Shagoyan trying to muscle his way. Finds Almoyan. Almoyan's going to think about it. And Almoyan gets hacked down low.
I mean, Rich, it just comes back to having your players ready. It's the AABA playoffs. You can't show up with 5 players and expect to keep it close against the #1 ranked team.
Unless you're Harazdan. Harazdan showed up with 5, and they came up victorious with a Tevan Hudati and high off 3 or 12 ibuprofens. Man. Well, no, 2. For the kids out there listening, he only took 2. But still.
For those who didn't catch that game, I recommend you guys rewatch it on AABA's YouTube channel. It should be uploaded now. Take a look. One of my favorite AABA games of all time. But that could change as we got more AABA action today. We got 2 more playoff games after this. Very excited, Rich.
Yeah, we got 2 more after this. Make sure to check that out. Everybody's still struggling. Sorry. It's so sad out there. Oh, me, oh, my. But, yes, no. Playoffs continue after this match. Our quarterfinals with a minute left here in the third quarter. Karapetian finds Shagoyan to Hamad Saraki. Hamad Saraki lets it fly. No good. And Teal just muscles his way down low. 40 seconds now. Roughly 14 seconds between game clock and the shot clock. So it could get a 2-for-1 opportunity, but not anymore. Foot's on the line. That's going to be a 2. No good. Nazari. No good. Rebound Karakulian. Nazari hounding him. Great move by Karakulian. And a foul in the act of shooting. So, Joe, Fanzia being one of the producers, or shall I say the only producer of this match, or, what's going on at Fanzia now? Let's talk a little bit about Fanzia. So you guys are a sports marketing agency. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we also specialize in broadcasting anything from professional to pro AM to high school. just looking to make sure that there's a good relationship between teams and their fans, leagues and their fans, making the viewing experience better, and just making the overall fan base experience a lot better.
Optimizing the experience from the sounds of it.
Yes.
And, one thing to keep in mind is that as times go, more leagues are getting democratized. What I mean by that is that more leagues are going to start having media, and they're going to start having a development of some kind through that media. And, that's where Fantasy comes in and really helps out with the benevolent goals of different basketball leagues around the world. As Teal grabs the rebound, he's going to have one last shot at this third quarter ending. And, of course, Teal knocks it down. Score is 98-55 to close out the third. We'll be back with more.
And welcome back to the second game of the day for AABA Fall 2023 playoffs. Aparan has built a commanding lead over Erebuni, but we still have the fourth quarter, so we'll see how this game progresses.
Arthur Karapetian with the shot. It's good for Karapetian. And Erebuni already, and Joe, elephant in the room. Yes, I am a part of the Erebuni Basketball Club as one of the decision makers. However, they're in a rebuild mode right now, and it's very tough to acquire a team a few weeks in and try to develop some kind of fluidity. So remember this day. This will be a catalyst to a very important moment in our history.
Look, Rich, you bring up a great point. I think all the fans should know exactly what's going on with their Erebuni squad. As you mentioned, assembled halfway throughout the season, a completely new team, a fresh roster from up, down, and able to qualify for the playoffs this season. So there's a positive outlook going into the future of what this team holds. And as we keep mentioning throughout the stream, very young core, very experienced players. What do you believe Erebuni has to do to have a positive or a more successful 2024 spring season?
Consistency, my God. Every team in this league that is not doing well has the same situation. Consistency and availability. Sometimes your biggest, your biggest capability is your ability. Uh-oh. And it seems like we have an injury.
I think he's just tying his shoe, hopefully.
Or his shoe just fell off. Oh, God. Thank God Ruben's doing okay. I was going to say, just with 5 alone, Erebuni's barely staying within a 50-point deficit.
Rich, I want to take a minute and read some stat lines. Ivan Dooley, 31 points, 11 rebounds. Vernon Teal, 34 points, 13 rebounds. We keep talking about this duo. They've already secured their double-doubles.
Wow. Kevin Nazari with 18 points. Let's not forget about that.
6 of 10 shooting. Wow. Good rebound by Jack. Good finish by Daniel. Aparan continues to build their lead. Shiroyan in the middle. Almost loses the ball. Great shot. And Edvin with 30 points in his Erebuni debut. Oh, I thought he was going to do something nice, but smart basketball. You know, they got a playoff game next week if the score stands.
If the score stands.
I don't know. Edvin's
persistent, right? Hey, Edvin has 33 points, man.
I mean, as we mentioned in the beginning of the game, he is on a sort of 10-day contract with Erebuni for the playoffs. But I don't know. Erebuni should kind of consider keeping it around if Kilikia
gives him.
Yeah, of course.
He's the face of Kilikia.
I mean, as a reminder, in AABA, trades are a big factor. So you never know who's going to end up where before the next season starts. But he's one of the more exciting players to play this season for sure.
Definitely. Hamat Saraki is a great addition to this league, a professional in every regard. He leads a bunch of kids to success. Excuse me, I'm trying to understand what happened there. And Shigoyan got pushed, I believe, while Elmoyan was trying to set a screen on the loose ball. Let's look at that instant replay. Oh, no. Let's look at Ivan Dooley's instant replay, something I'm looking forward to. Elmoyan goes up above Daniel Mirzakanyan. I like that muscle man. Ball's in the corner. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Erebuni is exhausted at this point. It's tough to watch, Rich, but as we keep saying, showing up to the playoffs with 5 players, it's not going to end up well, unless you're Harastan. Yeah. But you mentioned it before, Erebuni, shorthanded given the injury and being in this rebuild process. I think they had a good season, Rich. Good comeback in order to qualify for the playoffs. Good experienced players, good young core. I'm excited to see what they're going to do for next season.
I'm very excited for Erebuni, man. We got new jerseys coming in and everything. Not to, talk too much about it, but Ruben Karakulin has been a part of the designing of that jersey.
That's exciting.
So a lot of new things coming for this Erebuni team. I know they don't look the most put-together team right now. However, once the spring comes around, less to be known.
Can you give us a little bit of like a sneak peek or insight into what the new jerseys are going to be like? Is it the same colorway?
All I'm going to say, think of the alternate jersey from last year for the Phoenix Suns. That's all I'm going to say.
Wow.
That's all I'm going to say. And think of neon, a lot of neon colors. So we're looking to stand out in every regard, looking to also motivate other teams in this league to have solid jerseys. Not to say that they don't, but just to say that, Erebuni's on the come up and to watch out for them.
I mean, we got a few more minutes left, Rich. I'm curious to see if we were to give out the Best Design Jersey Award, who would it go to this season?
As of right now, I have to say it's either Gyumri City or it's Aparan. I'm not sure.
I mean, Aparan's jersey is very classy. They got the white with the gold running down on the sides. Just overall nice branding, And that gold could match the championship that they're favored to win at this point, right?
Yeah, I mean, Aparan, is there a what's the word I'm looking for? A correlation between nice jerseys and winning? I mean, let's
Not
look
for Gyumri City.
Not for Gyumri City, clearly. But, I mean, in sports overall, it has been a big admission bringer for college, at least. And Teal making sure he can get his assist.
I mean, look good, play good, right?
Yeah, look good, play good.
I did see on Instagram a few days ago that they're thinking about putting like the best jersey award within the NBA.
Oh, are they?
Because there are so many alternate jerseys and different editions and stuff.
I'm sure that's Nike talking. That's just Nike trying to sell more jerseys. Let's be real.
But excited to see what Erebuni is going to look like next season. If you guys want to take a first look at the jerseys, make sure you're following AABA on Instagram. That's going to be posted within the coming months.
And I'm looking at the stat line right now, Joe. It's 38 points for Ivan Dooley, 38 for Teal, 12 rebounds for Dooley, 15 for Teal, 16 assists for Teal. So he has 38, 15, and 16. I think it's pretty obvious who the player of the game is.
That's one of the best stat lines I've seen in the AABA, Rich.
Right? Nuts.
Yeah, we'll approach Vernon after the game. We know he's dealing with finger injury, so we'll see if he's willing to do the interview. But yeah, excited to see what his mentality is heading into his next playoff fixture.
All smiles for this Erebuni, for this Aparan team on the bench. Very happy with the result of this match. And Aparan got hit with the foul. As Dooley checks himself out of the game with less than 2 minutes left to go, 125-84 is the score. Karapetian looking to get a bucket here. And as you can see on your screens, Armen Harazdan, winner of Avan and Academy USA, will move on to play Harazdan. Aparan Erebuni. Looks like Aparan is going to move on to the second round in the semifinals.
Not exactly 140 points as I predicted, Rich, but 125.
Yeah, you were not far.
That's what you got to do offensively in the playoffs,
I mean, it's still not over. Still not over.
And look, Aparan having fun out there. Very good vibes heading into next week's playoff matchup, which we are excited to see who they're going to face. Artsakh or Aragats. We'll know later today.
And Vernon Teal still hustling for every play. As we have to mention, Edvin Hematsaraki, leading scorer on both sides, 40 points off of 15 field goals made. 10 of 19 from the three-point line. What an effort it's been. I mean, if you're a Kilikia fan, you're probably wondering, where has this been the entire season? As Aparan I guess now we can officially say we'll be moving on to the next round. Joe, I feel like we've been teetering with the idea, but we weren't sure until now, right?
I mean, you always wait till the final buzzer in respect to the other team. Great effort by Erebuni. Down to 5 players, a lot of injuries, a lot of roster changes throughout this season. I was very happy to watch him. I was happy to see you in the jersey as well, Rich.
I'm excited to see when this injury will go away. So,
yeah, 30 seconds left. You got any insight on if you'll be playing next season?
I will be playing next season, but to what capacity, we'll see.
And, of course,
Hematsaraki, 12 of 21 from the three-point today. Most in AABA history in terms of three-pointers made.
Really?
Beats Andre Spite's record of 11 threes.
Wow. I mean, Erebuni at least having one positive note today, setting the three-pointers made record.
Yeah, right?
Wow.
And that's going to do it, folks. Today's player of the game is Vernon Teal, 40 points, 17 assists, and 16 rebounds. On the other side, Erebuni's Hedvin Hematsaraki deserves a shout-out as well, 46 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. Erebuni's going to be headed home. They're going to have a lot to talk about at home, while Aparan moves on to the second round of the AABA playoffs. Soon we will be with Vernon Teal for the player of the game. In the meantime, let's check out the brackets. Aparan moves on, while Harazdan is the only team to be in the second round, headed into the semifinals. And Vernon Teal, the player of the game today, we'll be back with him shortly. And we're here live with Vernon Teal, 40 points, 17 rebounds, 16 assists. Vernon, another great effort from you and the boys. You guys are headed to the semifinals. How does it feel?
I feel good right now. Today we had our whole team. We're missing one guy, and it's feel good to have your full, complete team in the first round of the playoffs.
Next week, you guys are going to have either the winner of this match right here, Avon or Academy USA. Aragats, excuse me, the winner of Aragats versus Artsakh. Who are you guys looking for in terms of competition, if that's even a case? And if so, should we expect championships?
I don't care who we play, but I'm going to stick around and watch the game, and may the best team win. And I do want to win a championship now that I played a full, healthy, kind of healthy season. So I'm just looking for whoever wins, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Vernon, we've mentioned the dynamic duo with Ivan Dooley flourishing, but we're starting to notice Kevin Nazari find his shot and rhythm. He's one of the greatest shooters in this league. What gets him going? Is it a couple of shots in the beginning, or is it just a team effort overall?
I think we have a rule. We have a Kevin Nazari rule, but we're not going to talk about the Kevin Nazari rule on film. I think that's what gets him going, by him having his own rule and us and everyone looking for him and targeting him. So that if he's shooting, our team is going to be successful.
Vernon, thank you so much. You're the player of the game today. 40 points, 17 rebounds, 16 assists. That's Vernon Teal. Make sure to watch Avon and Academy USA. Winner of this match continues on against Harazdan Basketball Club, who recently just won their game with just 3 players in the fourth quarter. So make sure to go back, check that out. If not, YouTube, subscribe to us. Next match, Avon versus Academy.